Trump recently signed an executive order putting into play our generation's version of the Manhattan Project. Except this one is called the Genesis mission. This is going to create the largest centralized AI data system in US history. So when we're talking about digital ID and the control grid, here it comes. This is the system being built here in the US right now by executive order. Let's go through it. So Trump's Genesis mission, his executive order, is a coordinated national effort. It unleashes a new age of AI accelerated innovation and discovery. So it's being compared to the Manhattan Project. When the Manhattan Project was going on, did anybody know that we were creating a nuclear bomb until the nuclear bomb went off? So remember, what we're being told is the mission may or may not be the actual mission at play. The executive order directs the Department of Energy to build an integrated AI platform. So it's going to unify supercomputers, national lab computing, cloud environments, decades of federally curated scientific data sets. So this is how they're going to sell it to us, is that for all the research and development that taxpayers have funded through the government for decades, all of that lives in different areas. And they're going to centralize all of that data so that it will be more useful for the public, apparently. They'll, of course, have collaboration with external partners. The key here is the public-private partnership. You're talking your big tech companies. The aim is to achieve huge advances in scientific discovery, whether that's nuclear fusion, fusion energy, quantum information science, biotechnology, robotics, you name it. They're looking for the next big thing in the scientific discovery, which sounds great, and it could be. But again, remember, what the government tells you on the surface is not always what's happening behind the scenes. So there's probably a lot more going on here than we know about. Who are the private collaborators with this big project? You got your Amazon, Microsoft, OpenAI, Google, AMD, IBM, NVIDIA, Anthropic. Those are the ones that are just released or mentioned right now. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more as this project unfolds. So what are we looking at here for the potential upside? Well, what they're selling us on is we can supercharge the national scientific breakthroughs. We can make decades of taxpayer-funded R&D data sets useful collectively. We can strengthen the US technological and national security position, and we can have massive economic boom and innovation, productivity, possibly reduce costs across the board. The potential downsides, there's no way to avoid it. This creates the largest centralized AI and data system in US history. This has the potential to be used for mass surveillance, control grid backbone. When we talk about the digital ID and all of those data sets about an individual being collectively in one place by one entity, this is what we're talking about. This is where it's going to go. Unprecedented access to public and private data. So all public and private data, all in one centralized AI unit, with these big tech corporations coming in to partner with the government. There is strong potential for the corporations to capture, of course, all this data set as well and use it for their own nefarious purposes. And of course, we have the lovely militarization and weaponization of AI and data sets that comes back to the control grid as well. So hold on to Jesus, because this is our only hope. We're living through right now the prequel movie to the dystopian future movies that we've all seen that have come out in the 90s and 2000s. So this is our prequel. This is how we get to the dystopian future. We're going to be creating the largest AI database in US history, centralized in the government with public-private partnerships. This is how it comes together.